Hey guys, it's me Seren, back with another video, filming out here in my living room once again because I just don't feel like taking my computer in the back and I'm already out here. So today is our 22nd hidden figure. We're in the home stretch and today's hidden figure is Nannie Helen Burroughs, who was born May 2nd, 1879 and died May 20th, 1961, who was a Black American educator, orator, religious leader, civil rights activist, and businesswoman in the United States. She assisted thousands of Black American women in education and employment through her schools and organizations. Nannie H. Burroughs was born on May 2nd, 1879 in Orange, Virginia, the eldest of the daughters of John and Jennie Burroughs. John and Jennie were both former slaves. Nannie's grandfather, Beecher Burroughs, was a carpenter who bought all of their freedom. After her father's death in 1883, Burroughs and her mother relocated to Washington, D.C. to stay with family. In D.C., Burroughs attended M Street High School, where she put together her first organization, the Harriet Beecher Stowe Literary Society. In school, she studied business and domestic science and met fellow future Black academics and activists Anna J. Cooper, who would become one of the first Black women to earn a doctoral degree, and Mary Church Terrell, a founding member of the National Association of Colored Women. All three women would go on to be active in the suffrage movement and civil rights. Upon graduating from M Street High School with honors in 1896, Burroughs sought work as a domestic science teacher in the District of Columbia Public Schools, DCPS, but was unable to find a position due to her race and social status. The experience would later inspire her to establish a training school for low-income and low social status Black women and girls. Leaving D.C. to look for work, from 1898 to 1908, Burroughs was employed in Louisville, Kentucky as an editorial secretary and bookkeeper of the Foreign Mission Board of the National Baptist Convention. Burroughs became a leader in the National Baptist Convention, helping to build the organization from the ground up after gaining fame and notoriety from a speech titled How the Sisters Are Hindered from Helping at the 1900 National Baptist Convention in Virginia. She was a prolific writer, writing on the importance of racial self-help and self-reliance, and also became a popular orator with a national following. While in Louisville, she co-founded the Women's Industrial Club, where they held domestic science and management courses and classes in typing, shorthand, bookkeeping, and sewing for members. Returning to D.C. in 1908, Burroughs opened the National Training School at 601 50th Street Northeast. The school provided evening classes for women who had no other means for education, taught by Burroughs herself. There were initially 31 students who regularly attended her classes. However, the school began attracting more students, with Burroughs eventually educating thousands of Black women from all over the nation during her lifetime. She sought to teach racial pride and work ethic, creating her own courses that focused on Black history, politics, organizing, and racism aid, in addition to domestic work. Students were also trained in domestic science, business, sewing, printing, barbering, and shoe repair. The school sustained itself through the operation of a laundry, the sale of student-made goods, and a summer school for women. The emphasis of the National Training School was the 3 B's, the Bible, the bath, and the broom, and its motto was, "We specialize in the wholly impossible." During the first 40 years of the 20th century, the National Training School was hugely influential in the ability for Black women to obtain a livelihood. In 1934, the school was named the National Trades and Professional School for Women. Burroughs' school and various organizations worked in tandem with the National Association of Colored Women, or NACW, which was founded in 1896 and included more than 100 local Black women's clubs. Through her work with the NACW in 1920, Burroughs also founded the National Association of Wage Earners, or NAWE, which was a union for domestic workers. The NAWE pushed for better wages and working conditions for Black women, served as an employment agency for Black domestic workers, and also operated as a factory, hiring women to sew work dresses, caps, and aprons which were sold through the mail. Burroughs was active in many other women's clubs and organizations for Black advancement, including the Ladies Union Band, St. Luke's, Saturday Evening, Daughters of the Round Table Clubs, and the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, or the NAACP. She was also a published playwright. In the 1920s, she wrote the comedic satires The Slabtown District Convention and Where is My Wandering Boy Tonight?, both one-act plays for church theater groups. The popularity of Slabtown necessitated multiple printings through the succeeding century. On May 20th, 1961, she passed away in Washington, D.C. of natural causes. She was buried at the 19th Street Baptist Church, and her funeral was attended by more than 5,000 people. 3 years after her death, the National Training School was renamed the Nannie Helen Burroughs School and turned into an elementary school. It is currently a private junior-senior high school dedicated to preserving her legacy of upliftment of black women. The headquarters of the Progressive National Baptist Convention, are also on the grounds. In 1991, it was declared a historic landmark. The Manuscript Division in the Library of Congress holds 110,000 items of Nannie Helen Burroughs' papers. In 1975, Mayor Walter E. Washington declared May 10th Nannie Helen Burroughs Day. Nannie Helen Burroughs Avenue Northeast, a street in the Deanwood neighborhood of Washington, D.C., is also named for her. And I have a couple of quotes. One quote being, "The training of Negro women is absolutely necessary," said Nannie Burroughs at the Women's Convention of National Baptists in 1902, "not only for their own salvation and the salvation of the race, but because the hour in which we live demands it. If we lose sight of the demands of the hour, we blight our hope of progress." And another quote, which was an article for Southern Workman, printed July 1927, she encouraged self-pride. "No race is richer in soul quality and color than the Negro." And that is Nannie Helen Burroughs, a hidden figure. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. There will be links and information in the description box. Food for thought as always. See you guys next time with our next hidden figure. Peace.